Oh, we're gonna blow. Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. The generator is gonna blow! Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to Frostpunk. We're continuing to build out our colony here in this frozen wasteland that the world has become. We're on day 13 so far, and we've gotten lucky enough to only have a single death, which, I was hoping to go for a zero death scenario, but unfortunately somebody got sick and, you know, they had to amputate, and then, everything just went downhill from there. But we do have most of our colony is alive. Our hope is in really good shape. Discontent is practically non-existent, although apparently I've ignored somebody. I don't know who that is. We're in a place now where we found a couple of things to bring back to the colony in terms of resources. We have this fancy automaton that we have working for us right now. It's harvesting metal at the moment. Where is it going to go? Does it like walk like right into the center to drop it off? I don't know how that works exactly. He's just kind of wandering around. Build a song. Oh, you know what? It actually finished harvesting the metal over here, so let's send it over here. So it doesn't spend its time hanging out around town. I think it goes back to the generator recharge, apparently, and then it kind of goes out and does its thing. We're up to 116 colonists. We have 4 amputees, 19 children, the one automaton, of course. We have 5 idle engineers and 17 idle workers. So we can put our workers to work out here. That'll get 10 of them busy anyway. They can harvest wood. We're not in the best place wood-wise, so it's probably not a bad idea for them to be working there. We have a coal mine in progress to haul in coal for us, although of course it's nighttime right now, so it's not really doing a ton. And we have our scouting party en route somewhere. I can't remember where I had them going. I don't remember if I sent them to this crash, or they might be returning from the crash site. Maybe are they going there? I don't remember. We'll find out soon enough as the world progresses, and hopefully we'll continue to survive all right. We're doing okay for coal. We're not in a great place. Our workers just went back to work, so they'll start to produce more there. Food is a bit of an opportunity. We have a decent amount of rations right now, but I'd like to make sure we have enough raw food coming in to support more people in our fancy little colony here. Our generator right now is running at steam level 1 because it's not super cold. It's 30 degrees below, so everything's staying relatively warm. The cookhouse is chilly, though. We should maybe turn up the temperature there. What do we have over here? This is a medical post. That should be warmer also. And I think we were underway doing some research here on the research depot. So we should actually get to the point of doing heating upgrading the range so that we don't have to run coal out here to keep those things warm. I think that's what I'll work on next after we get some stuff established. So let's go ahead and take a look in our building. We'll check out food. I thought there was a way I could actually grow food, but maybe I haven't researched it just yet. So I think that'll be something we'll want to do. There's like a garden or like a greenhouse kind of thing we could make that will get us some more food. We finished that research. Let's jump in here. Set up our next one. Let's extend the range on our heating system from the generator, so that will keep things a little warm and toasty and a nicer ring around our colony here. I probably should have put this a little bit farther out, since I knew I could extend the range on that middle one. But where are we now? So we are at the crash site. We haven't gotten there just yet. That's where our expedition was split up when our vehicles crashed during a snowstorm. Some of our precious supplies should be here. We might find wood and raw food we can explore. Crash site, Fate of the Forgotten. There's plenty of priceless supplies in the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We could do nothing for them, not even bury them. Well, that's grisly. But we did find food and wood, so that's good. We'll take that back to our city, because both of those will certainly be useful. We don't have... we're doing pretty well, actually, with just 2 hunting posts. Keeping a decent food supply. But as the city grows, because I think we can get to the point where we can... Oops. Keep zooming right out. I think we can get to the point where our city will grow so that we actually fill in this entire crater. Which would be kind of cool. It'd be really big then. Alright, we're rolling into day 14 now, and I decided to build a second coal mine here. We'll make a big road connecting all this, so we have a nice loop going all the way around there. What I'm thinking is that there's another cold snap coming up, and we're sort of keeping pace with our coal, but we're not getting ahead of it. As soon as I have to crank up the heat in order to help everyone survive the cold blast that's going to come along, things are going to get a little bit challenging in terms of our capability to stay alive with coal, so I kind of want to deal with that. These guys are waiting now. We should send them out on another expedition. Let's check out the observatory. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory, the Royal Society built to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke over it. So, I mean, maybe the place is, like, ruined, or maybe there's people still alive there, but let's go check it out. We do have the core mission, I think, is supposed to send us down here to Winterhome. Large convoy, coal mine. But let's go explore this one here. It's close by. We can do that relatively quickly, and then get back with any supplies we might find there. This should be under construction now. Is that automaton actually building it? That's really cool. So I didn't have to send workers out to build it. The automaton is tackling it, I think. Or he's just hanging around there. He's already... Wow, that thing worked quick. It already got rid of all the steel from that other wreck.
Get back to work.
Alright, we have 7 workers available we could send there, or we could send the automaton. I'm going to send the automaton. Now, he replaces an entire work shift all by himself. And the reason I want to focus on having him there is so that we have a constant supply of coal coming in, because he'll work 24 hours a day, even at nighttime, where the rest of the workers, they all go to sleep at night. Then they stop working, so I kind of want to make sure we have that. Nice, we have an upgraded range on our generator. So now if we check out our heat map, things are nice and toasty out here. We can turn off the heaters that we had going, just keep those warm. There is still some chance people will get sick, but we do have a fair amount of medical facilities. And we only have 5 people who are seeking treatment, and I think we have enough in place to treat 10 or 15 people. So a small risk of illness isn't really such a bad deal. What have we got in industry? We can get more scouts. Or we could look at resources, food. We should... Oh, here's the hothouse. This is actually the one that will give us extra food. But we also have the bunkhouse that we can research. Now, the bunkhouse will give homes for 10 people, same as the tents do. But this one actually has some extra insulation and stuff, so it stays a little warmer when things are cold. I would like to ultimately replace my tents with bunkhouses, so that people can stay a little bit warmer. And also, as we build out new structures, it would be helpful to have those. Food's in a decent place. I think I'm going to work on bunkhouse now. If we find more people coming in, this will give them warmer shelter, because we're going to be already out in that second ring away from the generator, so I think that will help in the long run. And then, obviously, food will still be a good option. Coal is pouring in nicely now. We might need to build another reserve for resources, because our wood is getting fairly full. So let's look at... resource depot. Extends our storage capacity for a chosen resource. We actually have to pick the resource that's going to be stored there. I don't know if it makes any sense to have these things in a warm area, or whether... Oh, there's actually... We can mine for metals out there. Okay, that's cool. So I wonder if our mine will actually... And what's that one over there? I can't even tell what that is. Some sort of a mountain thing? Is that like where we can create a mountain pass, maybe? Lots of stuff to upgrade still and figure out what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to take the resource depot. We'll put it out here. I just don't think we need it necessarily close by, so we'll put it out here. You know, maybe I'll make 2 of them. We'll do one for coal, we'll do one for wood, because we seem to be storing a fair amount of those. And I don't think these require actual workers, so it should be fine that way. We got over to the observatory with our scouts. Let's explore here and find out what we have. The sun is dimming. Oh. Instead of astronomers, we're met by some of our lost people. They explained that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. That is a grim outcome. So that means we don't really even have hope that the planet will ultimately come out of this ice age cycle, because if the sun's cold, our planet's going to stay cold. Man, I hate the cold. So we can escort the survivors to the city. We can send them to the city, or we can leave them to their fate. Survivors will die trying to find out. That's great. Well, let's escort them back. There's no point letting people die. This is going to get 4 more children, 18 more engineers, it looks like, and 12 more workers. We're actually getting to the point where we're having an overabundance of engineers. Okay, that is going to require more homes, so... let's see, we have enough tents for how many people? Will this actually tell us? Where's the capacity that we have? It'd be nice if I could see the amount of homes I have. I know that nobody's homeless right now, but I don't know what we actually have capacity-wise. We're still working on the bunkhouse. I wish I had gotten those done a little sooner now, since we're gonna have all these people coming in. Let's let it play forward. Hopefully we get the bunkhouse research done in time. We can build some of those out. No, it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to. Alright. let's build some more tents. We can always replace those afterwards. Go into people, tents. I wish that actually the spacing was a little nicer here. I think you can rotate these. But it still takes the same amount of space, so that's not really going to help us any. Alright, well, we can put one there and one there. That'll cover us off for 20 people, but that's not enough to cover everyone. So we'll go back out here by this heating source. We'll put another one here. Another one here. It took a fair amount of resources, but actually that's not so bad. We should probably also make sure that we have enough medical facilities. We're going to have engineers to spare anyway. So let's put another medical post. We'll put this one out here. It's going to be in the heated zone of this, but we're going to need a street to reach it because we don't have one currently. We'll extend this one out. That'll give us that coverage. Get out of there, automaton. You're in the way. I should probably put another one of these out here so we can extend out this way and have a good zone of heat through the middle of this range. This steam hub thing here. It's in the tech. We don't have enough metal for it. Okay, so that means we need to look at building... we don't have any more... There's no more metal out here we can salvage, so we're definitely going to need some sort of a mine, I think. But that's specifically a coal mine. It's not a metal mine. That's going to be a challenge. All right. Let that go. Get all this stuff built. Everybody's sleeping right now, so obviously they're not going to work on it until morning, but when they do, they should get these built relatively quickly, and we'll have plenty of housing for the new arrivals. And then hopefully enough medical facilities, too. Scouts have been returned. I don't want to disband the scouts just yet. We're going to keep them in play. And, oh, actually, it keeps opening up stuff out to the right side here, too. I didn't realize we could go in both directions. That's pretty cool. Gloomy Cave. There's a dark cave entrance visible on the hillside. We think we saw a faint wisp of smoke coming from it, but it's gone now. Alright. You go explore there. We have 25 people homeless because those buildings haven't finished yet, but once they finish, they'll have homes. So they should be okay, hopefully before they get sick. Temperature falls. Oh, that is terrible timing. Terrible timing. Okay, let's go to our generator. We'll turn this up to level 2. It's going to consume more coal, but it'll also produce more heat for us. And that should, I think, offset everything. There we go. Everybody's got warm locations in order to live. We have a good supply of coal coming too. What's this? Some lone dude wandering into our city. The search for other cities, man from Winterhome. We found an exhausted man on the edge of our city. He said that he came from Winterhome, a settlement located not far from here, and that he was the last survivor. Winterhome is dead. Everyone's dead. There's no hope for survival in this accursed wasteland. You're all doomed. You must escape. Those were his last words. So we're alone. We are alone. The news has shocked everyone in the city. There was supposed to be many settlements and construction crews here. People living normal lives in homes heated by generators. But we're alone. Hope falls. Well, that's not good. I mean, we had our hope in a really good place. I'm not really thrilled by this turn of events. Coming here was a fool's errand. We should go back. We should have never have left Britain. We should have stayed in London. Surely it couldn't have fallen like this. How are we supposed to survive if they didn't? Look how far my hope fell. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Ah, it was doing so well, too. Winterhome has fallen. They're all dead? How will we survive out here without any help? We have to go back to London. There's no hope for us here in this frozen desert. People start to gather as the news of fate in Winterhome spreads through the city. Some of them want to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. I must give them purpose. Alright, choose our path. People are shaken, racked by fear and doubt. They've lost hope in our chances of survival. Desperation could quickly push them to commit reckless acts. You have to unite them behind a vision of the future. Decide now what will give them purpose and restore hope, or else our city will descend into the chaos that consumed Winterhome. A new set of laws become available, order or faith. So we can choose, depending on which path we take, and this is a choice we can only make once. It's going to give us a different set of laws we can work with to try to control our community and keep everyone, happy in the way they're supposed to be. Order and discipline, I guess, is really around, like, establishing a set of laws and controlling the city through, I don't know, through force, I guess, maybe? Faith and spiritual strength seems to be more about winning the hearts and minds of the people. I'm not a terribly religious person myself, but I feel like in this kind of a wasteland where hope is a really big thing, laws aren't going to give you a lot of hope. I feel like faith is that one. So let's go with faith. We'll let them go down that path and see if that gives them a sense of purpose that will help keep them alive. House of prayer. We need a place to practice our faith and peace. After introducing this law, new building, house of prayer. New abilities, sermon, house of prayer, the temple. People living nearby will gather to pray, which will raise their hope. Well, that's good. You'll have to build 2 houses of prayer. So we'll have an objective to build 2 houses of prayer in order to do this one. But I think this is the right choice. We'll sign this into law. Sermon, a short sermon delivered in place of worship. House of prayer. Okay, let's sign this into law. That will give us something that we can do to try to raise the hopes of our people. We do have these buildings finished. Let's assign some engineers. Man, we have 23 available engineers. I never thought we'd actually have an overabundance of them, but that's pretty good. Okay. Now, it raises the hopes of the people nearby, so we probably want to go ahead and build the... Oh, we need metal. Uh-oh. We need steel, and I'm all out of steel. We either need a scouting party to bring some back, or we need to get to the point where we can unlock steel mining in some way. How long have we got? We have to build these. It doesn't really give us a time here, but our hope is in rough shape, so I want to do that sooner rather than later. These guys are still on their way to where they were headed. Hopefully they'll find some steel there. Ooh, hungry people. Oh, no, that's all right. We have food. Man, for a second there, panicked. I was like, no, don't let everything go down the drains now. Hungry people, sick people. What's going on here? The Londoners, the unconvinced, want to leave. Sir, you've covered the majority, but hope is low. A group of our people are still so scared they want to flee the city to London, or for London in 15 days. They've come to try and change your mind. You say that faith will save us? Nonsense. What are we going to pray for? What are we going to pray for food when we start to starve? Shouts one of them. If we don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Calm down. We're not going to die. I mean, things are going pretty well, people. Don't panic. We've got cold, you've got warmth, you've got food, you've got shelter. I kind of hope that hope will go up a little bit on its own, because I don't know exactly how to raise that. The people are divided. Some of them are so scared they plan to leave the city for London in 15 days. They'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace. Give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. Alright, the Londoners. It looks like they have 12 followers right now. I'd like to see that number go down, but the tendency looks like it's trending upwards. So we need to get people happier somehow. Let's go ahead to our resources. Wall drill, coal thumper, steelworks. There we go. Extracts iron ore from deep deposits and processes it for delivery up to 40 steel per standard workday. That's pretty good. Let's start that. It's going to be pretty important to have steel to build all the structures we need. Alright, our scouts have reached the gloomy cave. It's still minus 40 out, and there's no sign of it getting any warmer. On the plus side, this automaton's really helping keep us supplied with coal. Having 2 coal mines running was really pretty necessary to keep this going. The Londoners. People join the Londoners. Sir, people who want to leave the London have successfully urged their friends and neighbors to join them. People are more easily persuaded because they have little hope in our ultimate survival. I see. So they're up to 17 now. I didn't really do anything. Their discontent is still in a good place. They're content, but their hope just isn't great. Wait, an adult died. One fall of Winterhome, one adult died. I don't understand. Was it the guy from Winterhome that died? Because I'm pretty sure if I go to my cemetery, where is that? Oh no, when did they die? Is that maybe Alan Adams is the guy that came from outside the city? Because I feel like we didn't really have any scenarios that I didn't get any notice of somebody dying. Who we might find survivors here. Let's explore the cave. Oh wow, gloomy cave beset by beasts. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from a cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn towards us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one and feasting on them. Oh, that is disgusting. We have a problem. We can leave the bears alone, in which case the people inside will definitely die. I'm sure if it'll say that if we mouse over it. The bears will kill the survivors, yeah. People in the cave will live. Scouts will escort them to our city if they survive, but we don't really know if they're going to live. That's actually also a lot of additional people. That's going to be like 34 more people we have to bring into town, and I don't have homes for those. And I also don't have a warm zone to build them in, I don't think. Oh, decisions. If we leave the bears alone, we're condemning these people to death. But if I bring them back, is it going to cause problems in the rest of the city? What if the scouts die? Is that going to lower hope? Is that going to make the Londoners that much stronger? I'm going to risk it. I feel like I don't want to leave these people out here. Let's risk the attack. We had to help our survivors. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beasts away. Then they also... Yes. Alright, our scouts survived. They didn't die, but now we have a different problem. They're escorting people back, and we don't have homes for them. And I don't have enough metal to build another thing to extend our heat range. Let's take a look here. What have we got in their heat map? Okay, this isn't bad. We do need more homes, though. I can't build bunkhouses because that takes steel, and we don't have steel, so we'll have to go with tents. This is inside the range of the heat still, so that's good. Okay, that should give us enough, I think, to house everybody, but we're going to need streets, obviously. Just make this like a whole radial kind of thing. These I need to set up for resources, so I should probably set... Well, I'm going to set one of them for wood, because when we're not building like crazy, that one does seem to get relatively built up. This other one we'll set for coal. So we'll make sure we have plenty of stock of both of those. Let's get this housing built before those people show up. It's funny, the automaton goes in squats over here. Oh, it's heating up off the... I get it. It's actually recharging off of the little...
The work shift starts.
Little generator hub thing we have out here. We're just barely staying afloat with the amount of coal we have. If these mines for some reason go dry, I think we're going to be in trouble. I don't think it says how much is actually in them. Oh, it does. 98,352. So they will actually dry out at some point. We've researched our steel works, and we have workers. So we definitely want to get those built out. Please tell me it doesn't take steel to build them. That would really suck. Okay, good. Thank goodness it doesn't. Okay, so we can build them out here. We can also... Where else can we build these things? I'm surprised it's not like more clearly marking the location we can build them in. I guess it's just those, just this spot over here. That's the only place we have, seem to have resources sitting. So we'll build a steel mill here. We're gonna need roads for this, as usual. So we'll throw. You know what? Let's. How much wood have we got? Can I build a road all the way out here? Put a whole other radius on our wheel, I guess. That's gonna close in our ability to build housing in here, though. I think I should probably do my next street kind of coming out this way. Make use of this whole arc in here instead. So let's go from here. Actually, we'll start at the building so I make sure I build it in the right place. So we'll extend it over and connect it. That'll give us access to the steel mill. We're definitely going to want some of that. Building some sort of like houses of prayer is going to be pretty important. We're on day 16 now. It's still frigid cold. If it gets colder, we're going to have an issue. Let's go back and check the research here. What should we work on now? So we have a charcoal kiln that will make coal for us. They actually consumes wood to do that. Sawmill upgrade allows us to introduce workplace improvements that will raise the efficiency of all sawmills and steam sawmills by 25%. Steam sawmill? I didn't know they had those. Food and shelter. So we can make a hothouse. But I need steel in order to do that research. What about this one? I need steel to research. It looks like almost everything I'm going to need. I need steel. So we can get more scouts without steel. A wall drill. That needs steel. This needs steel. Yeah, really need steel. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll research instead the... let's get more scouts. I feel like we got some people going to waste anyway, because we have people that aren't employed. Granted, some of them are going to go to work in the steel mill, but we're going to have a whole bunch more people show up here, so I think that's the way I want to go. Scouts have returned. Does that raise hope when I bring new people back? Does it make people worse because they're worried about food? I don't know how that works. Okay, nothing else opened up here. Let's go down and we'll extend the storyline to Winterhome. I kind of... The only thing I'm worried about is that this might have an effect on Hope, because they're going to get all the way over there and find out Winterhome's toast. And that might make everyone really sad again. Alright, we've run into a real problem. The generator's just run out of coal. I thought we were staying afloat, but I guess we were gradually going down. And at nighttime, without the workers working in the plant, things are shutting down. It's going to get cold here really quick. We also have a different issue. There are so many more mouths to feed now. We're running out of food. The day 17 is just dawning, and it's going to get colder another 2 levels. That's going to go to like minus 60. That is going to be rough to survive, particularly with all these tents instead of actual housing. Boy, we got a lot of work to do now. I built another hunter's hut over here, so we can staff that because we have extra people. So that'll get us a little bit of additional food. We need that steel before we can get to the point of researcher building too many other things. We need to get this hope up, and discontent is rising. They're cold, and they're going hungry. We'll have another batch of food come in right as the day dawns. What am I going to do about this heat, though? What do we do? It's funny, some of these buildings actually, they're holding in heat pretty well, even though they're not warmed up. I think the same is true when we switch over to the bunkhouses. They'll hold heat even without the generator running for a moment. Wonder if Captain really has a plan. Come on, of course I have a plan. I plan to do stuff. Or something. Where's the automaton? He's working there, but I don't see... Oh, there he is. He's actually on the machine. So why are we losing coal still if he's working and the generator's not running? Is it getting little spurts of... No, 1 hour left, 2 hour left. Okay, maybe it is producing heat. No, it's not. It's definitely not running, so where was the coal going? Uh-oh. Hungry people, we got sick people. I think our sick houses are too cold, so they won't actually work right now. Oh, man, this is bad. This thing needs to turn back on. Let's turn it back on at level 2. Because it's cold. It's darn cold. And we need more coal. Lots more coal. Tell me there's another place to build another coal mine here somewhere. Resources. Oh, Ore Scout's researched. Okay, we finished that research. I didn't really want that necessarily, but at least not yet. I mean, we had some people that weren't working, but now we're going to put everybody to work because we're going to need a lot of resource gathering. We could do a coal thumper as well. That will keep people busy and gathering coal. But I think with that extra coal coming in, we're going to need overdrive couplings. What's this going to do for us? Doesn't show me. I can't upgrade this until we have 25 steel. But we can try to do something to help with hope. Let's go to our faith. We'll build a house of prayer. This thing is really big. Like, monstrously big. Can I turn this thing? Yeah, if I turn it, it will fit in there, and that covers a really big range of housing. And it's already connected to a street, which is even better. So that's one. Over here we have medical tents and stuff, so we don't have to worry about getting coverage for those. I think this one church actually covers almost every living space we have in town. There's only a couple that aren't. That's good, but we do need a second one. So let's go ahead and build that if we can. Oh, I thought I could fit it in there, but it's not going to work. We'll rotate it and stick it right in here. Between the two of these, almost every building will be covered. It's a pretty big overlap because they're actually really close together. Not super thrilled with that. You know what? Maybe, you know what? Let's cancel this one. I'm going to relocate it a little bit. If we build a road out here, and then we can maybe put this house of worship over here, and then when we build more housing, we'll already have some coverage for it in terms of our faith, because I'm worried that if we build more housing and don't have that, we'll have a hope issue. So let's put it here. It'll cover those houses that we're not getting with the other ring and create a space that... Actually, if it goes there or there... That one will cover just to over here where this one covers... Yeah, we'll have a little bit of overlap. You know what? Actually, this one right here I think is a good placement for it. We'll build it there. The street's under construction, so once it has that, it'll be fine. We need to get more steel before we can do any more research. Fortunately, they're working on that. We did get some food in, so people are being fed, so that's nice. Discontent is going down because they're getting warm again. I'm going to set this to steam level 1 and run it on overdrive for a bit, so we can save a little bit of coal. And hopefully stockpile it, because we're going to need it when it gets up here really badly. We're also going to need the overdrive when we're up there, unless I can get something researched to give us more heat. We have 101 wood, so we could start replacing housing with bunkers. Will it let me build it right on top? No, I need metal. Need metal. Not much I can do just now. This all needs to be built out first. House of Prayer is built. Hope rises. So that's good. We can combat the Londoners. Man, they're up to 23 people now. Ooh, that was a good boost in hope, too. Permanent modifiers. Promise. So we met our promise, which is good. And we have the House of Prayers, which is a permanent modifier. So that's nice. Good boost to hope there.
Workday ends.
Workday ends. It's nighttime again. Our coal stockpile is holding out okay. It's actually staying right level, but only because we're running this on overdrive. 16 hours left with this amount of coal. Ooh, man. Why have we got so many people being treated? Everything's warm. Why? So, it says we have 16 people. I wish I could tell how many people I have capacity to treat. Ooh, maybe it's in the economy. That makes sense. Coal mines. Efficiency 0. Daily gain 240, efficiency 60%. Why is this efficiency 0? How do I improve that? Maybe because it's cold? Let's do that. While they're inside, it'll warm it up. Maybe if they're warmer in their workplace, they'll be a little happier. I mean, I would be. And that might also improve their efficiency a little bit. So we'll do the same thing over here, and the same thing at the steel mill. It looks like it only uses it while there are people in there. So hopefully that will mean they won't waste coal, keeping it warm through the night. Let's check these reports again. Let's see. So we have buildings. Oh, here we go. Health status. We have a care house for invalids. We have enough capacity for, looks like, to treat 20 people. We're treating 16 currently, so we have a little bit of extra capacity there. 4 of 20 on our care house, which is fine. Housing conditions, these are all livable with the one that's comfortable. Man, that's a lot of housing. So that's good. Food processing. Our cookhouse isn't in process right now, but that's because they just don't have food to work with. Food consumption is minus 178 per day. We're only getting 120 per day, so we're definitely not keeping up. We need more food, so I should pay attention to that. Yeah, and hopefully with the heat turned on here, we might see an efficiency gain from this group. Alright, to try to balance out our food situation, I set up... Oh, we're gonna blow. Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. The generator is gonna blow! The generator's become damaged, it's gonna blow. We can fix it, but only a child is small enough to fit into its mechanisms. Alternatively, a steam core could be used to shunt some pressure from the damaged assembly. Oh no! The steam cores aren't something we can manufacture. We've actually got to find those. But I can't send a kid in there to get them killed just to fix it. I can only imagine what that would do to Hope. That would be so bad. If we don't fix it, though, everything blows up and our colony's toast. Which kind of doesn't leave a ton of choice here. I'm going to have to use the steam core. Discontent will rise. Hope will fall greatly. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're already in a bad hope position. Let's use the steam core to fix it. I should have been paying more attention. Let's turn this off of overdrive. We'll set it to steam level 2. It's going to use more coal on us, unfortunately, but at least things will stay warm. That got a little more discontent, which is only going to boost the strength of the Londoners. That was a horrible turn of events. I should have been paying more attention. But I did build another hunting hut so we can get more food coming in each day, because we have people that are hungry. We're still keeping up with the treatment as well, so that's not bad. I feel like we should probably... If we can get some more people in... then we could look at harvesting from some other spaces here, like some trees and stuff. But we only have 107 wood right now. Coal's still in a good place. Again, it's holding steady as long as the daylight hours are up because people are working. That will go down, though. Drafting machines researched. Okay, so we finished another tier of research here, and I unlocked level 2 drafting machines so we can try to improve things. So we can upgrade the range again of the generator. Generator efficiency upgrade. Generator will burn 10% less coal. That could be good. Overdrive couplings allows you to raise the temperature of all heat zones by 2 levels while the generator is put into overdrive. But I mean, overdrive only has limited usefulness. I can't increase the power yet, which is going to be a problem because that horrible cold snap is coming. I think we're going to need the overdrive couplings to try to keep people safe. We're going to have to run it at level 2 on overdrive to stop people from freezing. That's bad. Plus, we still have food issues, so I really... Let's see, what's this? Gathering insulation post. Gathering posts will be warmer. Oh, that's nice. We don't have any gathering posts set up now, though. Coal mining optimization. Coal mines and advanced coal mines will be 10% more efficient. Again, it would be useful because we gather more coal. Let's go back to the generator here on the heating. Let's worry about the upcoming cold snap and try to deal with that first. We only have 90 wood available. Can I build bunkhouses over top of it? Ooh, I can't. It looks like I can upgrade them. Okay, let's try to tackle that for... Maybe start... I guess it doesn't really matter where I start. Oh, wait a minute. I need more steel. Steel's gonna be a problem now. Man. I need a second steel mill. But I don't have enough workers to work it. That's a problem. People are hungry. Oh, no. Let's feed them. You'll have 3 days to feed everyone. Or let's feed them and stockpile some, or we can just choose not to address it. Okay, this is a hope opportunity. If we can manage to feed these people within 3 days, then we'll raise hope. If we fail, hope will fall, and that will boost the Londoners. We could probably boost it even more if we manage to stockpile food rations as well, but I'm not going to bank on that because we're running pretty slim. Let's go with let's feed them. We have 18 people that are hungry. We have 4... I think we have 4 hunting huts here underway. Yeah, 4 hunting huts that are working. This one's only at 60% efficiency. Why is that? Why is that one only at 60%? Let's go check that building out. Is it because it's cold? Temperature's comfortable. Check the temperature overlay. Yeah, it's good. I mean, they're nice and warm. They have no issues. Why are they only at 60%? We have 15 workers there. Huh. I don't really understand the whole efficiency scenario in this game. Why are some things more efficient than others? Ooh, what's this? House of Prayer, the rebirth of faith. Sir, people have started to visit the House of Prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be the start of something special. Seems they really need a proper place of worship. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, we have 20 hungry people. Come on. Supply me with the foodstuffs I need. Oh, we have another disruption going on here. Trouble with the Londoners. Writing on the wall. Captain, someone is to face the walls with predictions of doom for our city. This is troubling. People will fear... blah, blah, blah. Let's send a cleric over. Hope will fall slightly, or it'll fall a lot if we just ignore it. So let's send a cleric. How much is... Ooh, yeah, it's a little bit of a drop. Not horrible, but we gotta find a way to turn the tide on this. We need to build hope for people. I feel like getting them fed is probably step number 1, because there's 23 of them hungry. Nobody's starving yet, but if we can feed them all, that will probably help a lot. Scouts have reached Winterhome. Okay. Here's my concern. If we check this out... Ooh, steam cores we might find here. We climbed up to the edge of the city. We stood there speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed and the generator has exploded. Oh, man. Well, that would explain why they didn't last. Ooh, we're up to 32 Londoners. Not liking that very much. The fall of Winterhome. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The City Chronicle describes a shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair. The following squabbles, riots, and dissent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and the eventual starvation. The last entry. God forgive us, we're eating our dead. There's no hope. You remember in the first episode we were talking about how they might want to store the bodies for later use in the form of Soylent Greens? I think you can actually do transplants and stuff with them to try to save your people, but apparently you can also eat them. Not really the way we want to go. Did I find anything? I don't know if I did. Oh, 2 steam cores. Okay, let's bring those back to town, I guess. I don't know that we necessarily have a need for them just yet. We have none right now. So I guess if we accidentally overload the generator, we're probably going to want another one. This cold snap's only going to last relatively short, so hopefully the generator will be able to take that kind of an overload for that long. Alright, we got food in place. A bunch of it came in, but I don't... There's 41 people hungry. I don't know if we're going to get everybody fed or not. Feed all the hungry. 41. We have enough food to feed everyone. They should be eating. Overdrive coupling researched. So that's going to give us enough heat to last through that cold as long as the generator doesn't overload. Theoretically, we could let it get to the overload point and fix it with one of the steam cores that comes back, but that's really expensive. I prefer not to go that route if I can avoid it. Let's check here for food. Hunter's tactics. Hunters will employ fewer people. That would leave me with workers to do other things, but doesn't necessarily make them more efficient. Allows us to build hunters' hangars. Hunters based here hunt every night, venturing beyond the city to track their prey from the air. They'll provide up to 30 food per day, so they'll hunt at night. Well, actually, the other ones hunt at night also. So 40 wood, 40 steel. We have an infirmary, so we can treat people better. That might not be so bad. Cookhouse insulation. Cookhouses will be warmer. Coal mining optimization. Maybe we should go back here and look at generator efficiency upgrade. We don't need the range just yet. We will want it. Steam hub range upgrade, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. These are just the hubs too. It's not even the main generator. Let's work on improving our efficiency so we'll burn 10% less coal. Again, we're going to need it. We're going to need every little scrap of coal we can manage to scrounge up here in order to make it through this cold snap. We have 20 steel again, so let's upgrade our housing. We'll get some more bunkhouses in place. Just try to keep people warm through this coming cold snap. And can we build another steel mill? We can. There's another steelworks available. I don't know if we have enough people to work it, but we'll find out soon enough. That'll give us some more incoming steel, because we're going to need it to do more housing upgrades. Day 19's ending. We're headed towards day 20. We have, looks like partway through day 21 is when things are going to get really frigid around here. The hungry were fed. We did it. Okay, so most of the hungry have had a meal, and some are somewhat satisfied for the time being. Hope rises. Yes, take that, Londoners, in your face. There's still 32 of them, but the tendency is not triple upward arrow anymore. Now it's just a single upward arrow, so maybe it will grow at a slower pace. Another act of vandalism. Come on! Londoners are to face more walls, urging everybody to join them and abandon the city. Some graffiti even mocks your leadership, branding you an unfit leader incapable of doing what it takes to save our people. Are you kidding me? You're warm, you're fed, you have homes. Send a cleric. Get them to take care of it. This over here, we do have some engineers available. We can send them to work in the steel mine. Seems like a horrible waste for the engineers, but at the moment, that's the best use for them. It'll actually give us some sort of productivity anyway. Ooh, we have a big problem. Why are we at 61 coal? Oh no, the automaton had to go recharge, and when it recharges, that's when the coal really drops. Okay. Trouble with Londoners. Cleric beaten. Oh, come on. Captain, a cleric was assaulted while trying to reassure people disturbed by the Londoners' slogans. We should do something to protect our people. We need the Faithkeepers to secure the streets. You'll have 3 days to establish the Faithkeepers. Hope will rise slightly. We need Faithkeepers to strike back. You'll have 3 days to establish the Faithkeepers. Discontent will fall slightly. Hope will rise slightly. We shall congregate in prayer for them. I have 3 days to sign the law of evening prayer. Hope will rise slightly. 3 days to establish the Faith Keepers. I don't even know how to establish the Faith Keepers. Is that a law we put into play? So we basically turn the clerics into like a church and state become one, where they're kind of like the police force? We can actually strike back. Discontent will fall slightly, but it doesn't actually help with hope. You know what? For now, let's just try and hope for the goodness of our people. Instead of sending like a cleric police force, let them congregate in prayer. We'll have to pass that law. So in the laws, we'll go to purpose. And up here is evening prayers. House of Healing Shrines. Ooh, okay. Well, I didn't even notice those. Alright, so new ability. Evening prayers, House of Prayer, Temple. Each use raises hope and lowers discontent. I feel like this is going to be a good option. Hopefully that will help. We'll pass that in a lot. Actually, they give us a small boost in hope. Although our hope is still really suffering. I don't like this at all. The hope's going to get even worse when we run out of coal. I really need to preserve the overdrive. Let's lower the temperature on this by 1 level. What's that going to do for us temperature-wise? Alright, things are a little chilly. Some of the homes are still okay. But I need to conserve that coal. If it goes off, then things are going to be a whole lot worse. Work time. They're back to work. Okay, good. Scouts have returned. We have 2 of the steam cores, so that's good. They're gathering coal again. Let's turn this back up to level 2 so people don't get sick. And we get rid of that discontent, too. Because people don't like to be cold. We don't have enough workers, I don't think. We have 17 people that are free. 16 engineers. You know what? Let's set up a coal pump. Another way to get coal in would be a good thing, I guess. I don't think there's any more... Oh, there is another mine opportunity. Alright, that'll be the way to go. Let's get another mine. We'll need to extend the roadway out here. And then we'll extend it from here to that road. So that'll give us another mine to work with. They need to build it fast, though. Like, we really need stuff. Okay, generator efficiency upgraded. Good, good, good. So they're going to burn 10% less coal. Now, if we double up our... Let's double down on that. We'll go to coal mining optimization. So we're using 10% less and gaining 10% more. Hopefully that'll help us stay ahead of the curve. Oh my gosh, here comes the cold snap, and we're almost out of coal. That's horrible timing. I did get this third coal mine set up, but it just occurred to me, I have a new problem. The workspaces are going to be cold, even with the heater running. If they're too cold to operate, oh my gosh, it's freezing. Even with the heaters running, it's freezing. I did not anticipate that. I should have increased the heater efficiency. Oh my gosh, such a big problem. Okay, let's go to the coal generator. 0 time left on this thing. We're not gonna get... Oh no, I think our colony's gonna die. I think we're gonna die. I ran out of coal just as we started to get to the coldest cold snap, and the workplaces are too cold. Minus 55, minus 60 degrees. That is a crippling cold right there. That's where people die. These guys are back. They brought back the cores. But that's not going to help. The automaton's still working. That's something. Is anybody working anywhere out here? These buildings are so cold, they can't even work in them. The automaton's the only one that's going to keep us afloat. And he's not really keeping up exactly. It's just... Oh, it's just barely... We're out of coal. Generator shutting down. That's great. Build up a little bit of coal. Is it?
Work time. Get back to work.
All right, we gotta fire it up again. We can't leave this thing. People die. Look at that. They instantly got like 6 sick people. It wasn't even a day. It wasn't even down for a day. And this thing's not running at overdrive anymore, so we need that. How's our temperature now? Okay, with it on overdrive, I mean, we're fine. The trouble is, overdrive is not gonna last very long. This guy's heating up, so he's not... Things are freezing out here. 2 sick absences. What do you think? It's cold out there, man. It's freezing. Now let's send this guy out. I don't even know if it makes a difference if we send him out in the cold. American camp. Winterhome. Is this something we could just continuously go back to get resources now? I don't even know. Let's send them to the American camp. We'll see what the deal is over there. We just need to survive through this cold snap, and hopefully things will get back to normal. We have food. That's good. Our cold is building up again, which is really strange because people aren't technically working unless they went out there. Severe frostbite. A citizen had to have a limb amputated. No! It's got to be... Maybe they are going to work. I can't tell. I can't see if they're actually in the workplace or not. Dangers of the cold. Losing a limb. One of our people have had to undergo an amputation. Working in the freezing cold left them with severe frostbite. There was no other choice. That sucks. That's going to probably hurt my hope. Doesn't seem to have hit it right away, but... Come on, people. You can live through this. Coal mining optimization research. So now we have 10% less consumption and 10% more harvested, so that's good. What can we do? What can we do to improve things? Food and shelter? Flying hunters. Infirmary would help. Cookhouse installation. Let's research a cookhouse now. We're trying to make sure we get a good, consistent supply of food. If we find more survivors, we're going to crash and burn. Just by virtue of not being able to feed everyone. Never mind, keep them warm. Okay, what we need now, I think, is to extend our heat core a little bit and warm things up. Preferably in a place where people are going to benefit from it in terms of... man, actually the range on this thing's pretty limited. If I put this heat core out here, it will keep our workspace warm and then our people won't suffer. It'll also extend the range a little bit into where we can have living quarters eventually. So I'm going to do that. That will give us a nice heat boost out there. What's going on here now? What? The London food theft. Someone stole 8 food rations from the stockpiles. People are saying it was the Londoners gathering supplies for their journey. It seems this ridiculous idea of London for London is gaining traction. That is no good. I don't have Faith Keepers, so I can't... Oh, Faith Keepers might have been the way to go. Discontent's going to rise because we're short on... We've got less food. These guys are evil. You got to stop this business, people. And tendency is upward again. 42 of them. How do I get this turned around?
Time to get to work.
All right, day 22 is dawning. We still have a whole nother day to go before temperatures will rise and the overdrive can't last any longer. We got to shut it down. Things are going to get chilly. People are going to get sick. This might boost the Londoners again. We're in a good place for coal, at least, so I'm not really running out of that. And we have a steam core running out here now, too, which is actually helping this workplace stay cold instead of freezing. Woo! You go, guys! You're cold instead of freezing. Nice work. How are we set up for steel here? We have 94 steel. The houses that we turn into actual, like, bunkhouses. Let's turn this on. Yeah, we're gonna need to turn on all these little heaters because we just don't have enough. Don't have enough coming from the generator right now. If we build some more bunkhouses, then we can keep those people a little warmer because they're just chilly instead of actually being freezing. Oh, we have lots of these available. Okay, we're out of wood. I built a lot of them. You know what? Let's risk it. We're gonna put this thing on overdrive. Let's keep the people warm. We're gonna use one of those steam cores. This is kind of a really poor use for it, but I'm gonna let this overheat because I don't want more people getting sick. Look, there's 37 people freezing. That's not good. We'll let it overheat. We'll use the steam core, and hopefully this will extend us enough time to reach the next warming period. Severe frostbite that somebody had to have a limb amputated. Hothouse has been researched, so that's good. We can build now the ability to make some more food. What have we got now? Help the amputees, do less harm. Sir, a doctor wants to talk to you about improving radical treatment. I was a field surgeon in the Boer War and worked with the Royal Society to reduce the rate of limb loss in army hospitals. I believe I can devise a method that will cut the number of amputations during radical treatment. This engineer won't be able to work. Hope will rise slightly. Okay, so that's only one engineer. Let's give him what he needs. That will help our hope a little bit. If these guys can get their houses built, they'll be a little bit warmer. What happened? What? No! No! What happened? No! I guess you only get one opportunity to fix the thing with a steam core. No! Our colony's dead. It was going relatively well. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I thought I was going to get another chance to use the use a steam core to fix it. And apparently that's not the case. The end, the generators exploded. Without the heat and steam power from the generator, the infrastructure of the city quickly ground to a halt. People survive for a while, but soon they run out of things that can be burned to keep them warm. One after another, they all freeze to death. What a grim ending. Alright, well that's a sad end to our first colony. I'm definitely going to play this some more. I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, I can't let it overheat intentionally. At least not more than once. I thought I could do that and use the core to fix it. We'd be able to get enough heat to get through that cold snap, but clearly that is not a winning strategy. We'll have to do a different way to keep warm. But thanks everyone for checking out the video. I'm gonna come back and play some more of this. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click subscribe. Hope we'll see you later. I'm as always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.